Everybody, welcome here to this magnificent webinar. My name is Varsha from the Department of Environment Law. First, I'm going to be moderating this webinar today. I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the organizers. Secondly, you will have a great understanding how this forest is important and role of common man in preserving a forest resources by reputed Mr. T.V. Manjunatha sir. This is a subject in which we should be deeply interested because forest is our survival from the air we breathe to the wood we use. The essential of forest can't be underestimated. I especially welcome Mr. T.V. Manjunatha sir. Good afternoon, sir.
வணக்கம் ரொம்ப நன்றி
It's a great pleasure for me to introduce Professor Dr. S. Elumali sir, HOD in charge, the Department of Human Rights, to deliver welcome address. Welcome you, sir.
Welcome. Is it audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, your voice is breaking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nandini has pointed out, this is an important topic on which we are.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
Would you like to wait for 2 minutes so that I'll go to the ground floor? The audibility may be a little better.
Actually, you are audible, but your voice is breaking.
This may be due to the fluctuation in the.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What we are having.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carry on.
Now it may be little better. I hope.
Yes, sir.
What I believe, today we are all breathing. This breathing can never become possible without the forest. The forest, wherever it is being declared as a global asset or a common heritage of mankind. Without forest, no country, no world can survive. People who are talking about economic growth, other growth, but those countries who are rich in biodiversity, rich in forest resources, are really feeling happy about it. And what happens over that? You all know a small country near to India, known as Bhutan, has ranked as one of the most happiest country in the world at large. This is because of the huge forest coverage what they have and huge biodiversity what they have. India is one of the 12 mega biodiversity country in the world, but still we couldn't achieve the target either fixed by the CBD or the Millennium Development Goal or SDGs. But in this direction, forest officials like our chief guest, Dr. Manjuji, has a great role to play in enhancing the forest coverage. Recently, you would have heard, India has got appreciation from UN and other agencies for improving our tiger populations, for conserving the tigers. Okay, this is possible because of the tireless forest officers and the tribes who are located within the forest. This could have never become possible without the common man participation and the participation of the officials. Today we will be talking about, we will be enlightened about all these issues. Besides which, the career opportunities for the lawyers which is available in the realm of forest department. And our chief guest is the best suited person to highlight all these things. Before I welcome everyone, including our chief guest, our HOD of environmental law, who is the brainchild, it is her brainchild in organizing this particular conferences is concerned. All other dignitaries, vice chancellor, registrar, our director, and all other colleagues, general, and my beloved friends and colleagues, Mr. Shaktivel, Dr. Shaktivel is going to deliver the address, and Dr. Haritaji is going to make an address to you and all our beloved students. Without you, there is nothing feasible. So I welcome everyone for this program. But as a part of welcome address, I have bounden duty to introduce this theme also. This theme which I have already narrated. Without enhancing the forest coverage, the green growth, sustainable development, inclusive development is never going to happen. Forest resources can be best used for eradicating the poverty also. We have launched several schemes like Vandan Yojana, Jandan Yojana, Govardhan Yojana. Many things are there. MSP for MFP. And I've also seen there is something called forest schools. There are great role for the lawyers to play in forest resources. I hope all these things will be addressed. I request our Honorable Chief Justice Manjunatha ji to throw light on all these issues so that will guide us and mold our students' future the days to come. To share a few words about our chief guest, I feel a few things can be shared about him. First thing is that I have met him as the Honorable Secretary to the Tamil Nadu State Biodiversity Board. Let me tell you, though he is a bureaucrat, he has the best presence of lawyering in his mind is concerned. He is a person who's brought the separation of powers as enshrined in the Constitution, the functioning of the administration of Tamil Nadu State Biodiversity Board is concerned. Next is that Sir has a very long career. Let me tell you, in my own presence, Sir has saved the entire Tamil Nadu from facing the wrath of the Honorable NGT. He safeguarded our interest and effectuated the preservation of biodiversity by complying the orders of NGT in a quick, drastic, and effective manner. I can tell many things in his career which will be very heart-touching. We all study about, generally the foresters are harassing the human people. There are many encounters, all these things only highlights the media. I have read somewhere else about him. If a lady who has been booked for boat racing, but she is a breastfeeding lady, and she has been caught up by the police, and she was arrested and made before the forest officer in his capacity as a DFO. Sir has examined, and he finds that lady is very innocent. Out of poverty, her intention is not to commit all these things, this transportation, all the things. But due to poverty she was doing, she has made the necessary legal arrangement for compounding this case. And with the help of other stakeholders, he has made a very decent, alternate livelihood for that lady, so that she has become a very contributing citizen. And she had made her child also to reasonably grow and contribute as a best citizen of this country. And I have also read one more incident. This is very, very heart touching. Today we all talking about tribal empowerment, all these things. Without tribes, there is nothing for us. But whenever we see the media portrays that tribals are harassed, all these things. But I have a different story about this particular gentleman. I have come across in his career when he was posted elsewhere in a hilly area, there that the people know he has come across a student who has got the top score in that particular schools run by the tribals for tribal department, government of Tamil Nadu. And he has somehow he got the seat in medical college, but during the community verification, he couldn't produce the relevant certificate and he doesn't have the fee to pay. But sir, when this matter has been brought to the notice of sir is kind enough to arrange community certificate not only for him, almost more than 300, 400 like-minded students, those who are in need of that time, because it's very difficult to get the right tribal certificate is concerned. At one stroke, he has made umpteen number of students to get that certificate. And for this student, he himself, this has been reported elsewhere, I have studied, he himself has contributed from his pocket the tuition fees for that particular person. And he has made arrangements from, there's a trust, Golden Temple in Vellore, to pay the remaining, including his hostel fees and other things for the period of 3 years. From 4th year onwards, he has got his own scholarships and other things. Today, he is one of the best medical practitioners. Is serving in Jamuna Martur. It is a tribal area. So we have got the best tribe doctor supporting the cause of tribes. The forest officers and the common man who saves the forest, you are not only save the forest, but you can contribute to the noble cause of development of our tribes. In turn, that is the best goal to achieve the inclusive and sustainable growth, as it has been envisaged in our constitution. Before I conclude my speech, I think I have to share one more story which I have come across about his contribution. He has acted as an amicus curiae in many cases relating to forest law in his career. Okay, starting as a DFO to the best one. And one story which I have come across is that there is a sandalwood which has been sold long ago and it has been resold also. But after that, the person files a suit in the High Court, claiming back the resold sandals has to be given to him back. But the stand taken by sir is that whatever you have lost it, we will compensate the purchase price what you have paid along with the interest. But he couldn't get justice. Somehow the stand has not been vindicated in the High Court, but he has gone to the Supreme Court on behalf of our government of Tamil Nadu. And I know his legal skills. Really, his drafting is none to second to a lawyer. And his side was supported by Vahan Vadi. On the other side, it was supported by Soli Sarabji. But the stand taken by our sir that we can pay only the prices, purchasing price along with the reasonable bank interest was approved by our Honorable Supreme Court, and crores of rupees have been saved to the exchequer. So what we say, a decision has to be taken at the right time, right measure has to be taken at right time. That will save not only the interest of the government, but the interest of the material wealth of this particular country. And the individual liberty is also protected. So as a forester, you can serve to the common man, you can serve the resources to protect our country, the biodiversity of our country. You can also contribute to the tribal development others in protecting the noble life of various things is concerned. With this short introductory remark, once again, I would like to welcome each and every one of the participants, including our faculties, non-teaching staff, and other ladies and gentlemen, and our beloved students. All the very best to all of you. Thank you all. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. P. Shaktivel, sir, the Department of International Law, to felicitate her today's session. Welcome you, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Varsha. Thank you, Haritha ma'am and Yerumale sir. And a warm welcome to our guest. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's topic, role of common man in preserving the forest resources, is very important in the context of what I have been discussing with my students. I used to tell them that it is very important to start with bottom-up approach. We always perceive that the Indian administration and the management of natural resources are top-down. So we usually want to have this bottom-up approach is being spoken a lot, and the classrooms and NGOs and outside everywhere people talk. And I guess this is a great opportunity for us to listen from an expert who is with the administration to understand the role of what people can do to preserve the forest. And as we all aware that forests play a vital role in the regime which is affected by the climate change and many other phenomena. We are exploiting the natural resources that has gone beyond our control, and pollution levels are increasing. Whereas there is a role of international community, international NGOs, international multinational companies. So there are a lot of players, tribal, and we talk about the rights of tribes. So in this context, what everyone must know, what should we know? And this is something very important and essential. And for the students of law, I would like to remind you of our constitutional obligations, as it is a part of our fundamental duty to preserve the forest. That is a duty of everyone. And it is a part of directive principles. It is a responsibility of the government. And it is a fundamental right. And we all have the right to have the forest. And I'm eager to listen to our honorable guest, like every one of us. Again, I welcome you, sir, and Varsha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Today, we are pleased to welcome Mr. T.V. Manjunatha, sir, a very special guest from Indian Forest Service. Mr. T.V. Manjunatha, sir, is the Additional Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Vellore. And today, he will be sharing with us his expert opinion on this topic. With that, I ask you all give your full attention to Mr. T.V. Manjunatha, sir's lecture and help in welcoming him. Sir?
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
I think there is some echo coming at the background. If everyone mutes their mics, then this echo will not take. Please verify all your mics are muted. Okay. I am really grateful to the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, Dr. T.S.N. Shastri, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam Harita Devi, HOD, Dr.
Sir, you're on mute, sir.
It's okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dr. Edamalai sir, who is the real inspiration for every one of us, for choosing me to be with you and share my little experience, whatever I have gained by the God-sent opportunity for serving the unrecognized sector of our society. Since you are all law students or practicing lawyers, teaching lawyers, faculty, for me, during my training in 93, 94, way back, when I was in Missouri IAS Academy, undergoing the foundational course, there was one law faculty, Dr. Dada Banerjee, a retired High Court judge of Calcutta High Court, who was our faculty. The first sentence in the first class he said to all of us was, as a law implementing agency or as a lawyer, first thing that all of us should know is what not to speak. That should be your underlying mantra as a lawyer or as a practicing pleader, barrister, whatever you want to call yourself. So as a law faculty or the member of the law or judiciary system in this country, you should first practice as what not to speak. That means you should speak only to the extent that is required. The more you speak, the more you get exposed. The other party will be waiting for the opportunity for you to slip and give him a chance to take over your case. Right? With this small preamble, I'd like to share one incident. I served as a law university registrar in Karnataka for almost 2 years. When I was in Karnataka on deputation, I was the registrar administration in Karnataka State Law University in Hubli. During this period, we used to get a lot of guest speakers, and many of them were the judges from high courts and also from the Supreme Court. In one case, one High Court judge was speaking.
Sir,
You
if
can
I'm
quote me
not
this
disturbing,
because this is the
sir, excuse me if I'm not disturbing. There's an echo from that system, sir. Actually, from your system.
pardon, ma'am.
There is an echo from the system, sir. That double.
Yeah, my mic is okay.
So is it
I
from
don't
two
know where
systems
the
or
echo is
something,
coming.
sir? Sir, is it from two
Pardon?
systems? That is system and a mobile? I
Pardon,
mean,
ma'am.
there is two connections, sir. One is echoing, I think. Is it like that, sir? Either one, if it is switched off, then it won't be. Yes,
Now it's okay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Now also there's an echo. Echo is there.
I don't
Because
know. I know very less about its operation. I logged in, started the video.
it's only in one
Sir,
system, sir.
switch off the speaker, sir, and then talk. It will be fine.
I'm using only one system.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Then
This
we
is
can.
fine, sir.
Yes, sir. This is fine.
No,
Yes.
just find out if everyone has muted their mics.
Yes, sir. Is everyone is muted, sir?
Then I don't know why this echo is coming. Even I am getting little echo for myself.
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes.
computer operator there helping you?
Sir, kindly switch off your speaker, sir. Then you talk. We'll communicate with you. You can switch off the speaker. Once you finish your lecture, then we can switch on.
Should I switch off? The speaker means then it becomes totally zero. Are you able to hear me now?
Sir. Yes, sir. We'll be able to hear. We'll text you. We'll message you.
Shall I mute it?
Yes,
My
no,
speaker?
not mute. Yeah,
Not
speaker.
mute.
Yes, sir. Speaker.
I'm not able to hear you.
But
Let me
okay,
do
sir.
one
You
thing.
continue.
I'll
Then
get
we'll.
my
But
earphones.
now there is, sir. But now there is no echo.
Pardon, ma'am?
Now there is no echo, sir.
Let me get my.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, sure.
All of us, please bear with us for our technical delay. We'll be here immediately.
Labor. Wait. Yeah, I'm audible now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No echo.
No, sir.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's right.
Actually,
That's
I'm
fine.
on leave. I'm right now in my native. Since I'll not miss it. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
But am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Coming back to me.
I think now there's no
Don't
issue.
know.
I think now it's clear for us.
Continue. So, what is speakers of? Fine, it's fine. Some of the participants to switch on their video also so that I can see their face. Because speaking to blank page is
Yes.
very testing
That's true.
time
That's
for.
true.
I'd like to see their reaction. And I thank Ms. Varsha for nice moderation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. In one of the guest speaking in events in the Law University, one sitting High Court judge, he was narrating his experience, saying that as a lawyer before becoming the judicial officer, came across one case wherein one person came to his office with blood-stained clothes and a machete in his hand, saying that he has committed a murder. And he wanted that he should not be hanged. That's all. That was his request. So the honorable judge, who was advocate before becoming judge, he narrated this case on his own. I am telling you. I am just repeating what he said. He went through the case, found out all the details, and he also found some deficiencies in the prosecution. And he narrated what was the deficiency and how the case went on for a few months. And ultimately, after 6 months or so, he got the person acquitted for some deficiencies in the prosecution. And you will not believe me, the entire auditorium started clapping. I was struck also. What for they were clapping? For saving a culprit, known culprit? For having succeeded in defending his client? The joyous moment. What was the reason for celebration? I thought the justice was defeated in this particular case. But the moment was celebrated as a joyous event, as if the person in question who was speaking had achieved something which was impossible. Maybe we should appreciate his knowledge, legal acumen. But who was the sufferer? Justice was the sufferer. That's why I request all of you, the law of the land is supreme. All your allegiance should be to the law of the land, not to your clients. That is my sincere request. Please see that known culprits are not defended. If this sanctity and commitment comes to all the lawyers in our country, I think majority of the known defaulters, offenders, criminals will not have any place to go to court. If nobody is there to defend them, I don't think courts will be flooded with so many cases. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I need answers from all the
Yes, sir.
young officers, young lawyers, because this is where you have to commit yourself. You have to draw a line for yourself. It's not just making money, becoming famous. It is also to satisfy your conscience, your morality, ethics, tradition and culture, and more than everything, your motherland. That's where I drive my point. I wish all of you a very good career, whichever you choose, corporate or constitutional, whatever. I wish all of you to take up the cases relating to environment and forest, wildlife, for bringing all the culprits to book, not to defend them. If this commitment comes from all of you today, and my today's day is a really a divine day. Okay, with this background, I wish to start my discussion. I'll call this as a discussion. I will not make it as a lecture. Of course, I added my PowerPoint slides also in last moment after Madam wanted it to be shared. I start with a caveat that whatever I tell is purely from my personal view. They are all from my personal experiences, field experiences. You can quote it, but in the process of my delivering this discussion, if anyone is hurt, it is purely unintentional and was not planned. So now coming to my topic, this is very simple. What you and I can do to save the forests. To play any role, first we should know what is my role, or what is that I am going to protect. Why? What is that I am protecting? Why it should be protected? All of us know that forests are there, and we presume that there is one department dedicated to protect these forests and wildlife. So I have nothing to do with it. But we are totally wrong if you start thinking in this manner. How many of us is aware that we have killed hundreds of elephants, hundreds of tigers, thousands of birds and reptiles, including you and me? You have killed elephants. You have killed tigers. Are you aware of it? Shocked, isn't it? Really? You must be thinking that I have never visited a forest. I have never seen a forest. Killing an elephant or killing a tiger is next to impossible. You are just joking. No. I will take you to the point where I will convince you people that all of us, you and me, have killed thousands of animals without actually going to the forests. Now we'll start with these slides one by one so that there shall be some structured discussion. Next one, please. Or shall I operate from here? No. So we know that environment includes many other things, like economic environment is there, political environment is there, financial environment is there, cultural environment is there. But usually the environment is our surrounding: air, water, sunlight, trees, animals, and which are basically involved in supplying us the life support systems. It is the sum total of all the surrounding, constituting both living and non-living forces in the surroundings. Next one. Ecological components, I told you, it involves flora, that is plants, fauna is animals, physical conditions, rainfall, sunlight, air, soil, and all these things. And the interaction between these two components of biotic and abiotic components It forms the ecological environment. Next one, please. So biodiversity is the means, the variability among the living organisms from all the sources, including terrestrial, marine, aquatic systems, and other complexities. This is defined by the Convention on Biodiversity in 1992. Next one, please. Then what is wildlife? Wildlife means it's not just animals. It involves plants also. As per the Wildlife Protection Act, any animal, bees, butterflies, crustacea, fish and moths, and aquatic and land vegetation. Please note this. Vegetation is also part of wildlife. Wildlife is undomesticated flora and fauna found anywhere. Even a wild animal found in front of your house is also a wildlife. Its place of existence doesn't differentiate between its wilderness and domesticated nature. Next one, please. If you have any questions, please note down. I'll be happy to answer at the end of my discussion. If I am not able to answer, I'll give you my reference. I'll verify, discuss with myself or my library and get back to you. I don't claim that I know everything. I know very, very little things in my last 28 years of service in the forests, but still long way to go. Not even 0.1% of forests and wildlife I am aware of. Next one, please. So in pictorial depiction, biodiversity is three components. Species diversity, that means various species, what you see in this slide. Next is the genetic diversity, that is within a species, you have various transformations, various genetic diversities. And the third one is, this is also a genetic diversity, which is a coral family. Third one is, this is the ecosystem diversity. Ecosystem means it's a habitat, home for various animals. You see here, first one is a termite mound. This is also a habitat. You see another, second one is the shola grass. The third one is the hill cliffs where our Nilgiri Thars live there. Sand is there, sand dunes, ponds, rivers, in Himalayas. All these have different habitats and ecosystems. A single ecosystem is complete in itself, but it also interacts with the adjoining ecosystems. No single ecosystem can survive for eternity on its own. So it has to have interaction among and between their own selves. Next one. As Dr. Shaktivel sir said, Indian Constitution has envisaged very clearly about our fundamental right for a safe environment. It's not just about right. I'll give you the next slide. Next one, please. The Constitution also envisages about our duty, which we don't speak of many of the times. We speak only about our rights. And to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures. This is, I don't know how many of you have read about this. We usually don't mention these things. It has you get all this air, water, and other food items so freely. No, by spending few rupees you get food. By spending another 15 rupees you get 1 liter of water, bottled water. Whether it is good or bad, whether it is really a mineral water or not, we don't know. But still we flash 15 rupees and then purchase one bottle. We drink it as if it is a sacrosanct water. Many of us don't know what we are drinking is really not. Anyway, this is a duty all of us should be aware of. Next one. The common wildlife areas or the forest areas. You see these wildlife in forest systems, marine ecosystems, freshwater ecosystems, desert ecosystem, savannas and grasslands, mountains and other areas. If you go to any of the wilderness areas, you will find a unique set of plants and animals. They organize themselves in such a way they adjust to the climatic conditions of that particular habitat. If you have come across the food pyramid, I'm sure majority of you have come from the science background or even otherwise also. It's a very simple thing to understand. There is a food pyramid in the ecosystem. The bottommost layer, they are all producers. And God has given this production capacity only to one species, that is plants. The green plants have the unique character of converting the solar energy in the presence of chlorophyll and water into food energy, food items. None of us, apart from the plants, have the capacity to create our own food, manufacture our own food. And these producers, they become food for the first layer of consumers. The first layer of consumers are the herbivores, plant-eating animals or plant-eating human beings. But plant-eating human beings also, we don't have the capacity to digest these plant materials directly. That's why we cook, we boil, we fry them, we do all sorts of adjustments to make them easy for us to digest. Because we don't have that system naturally in our gut to digest the cellulase enzyme is not there. But whereas these herbivores, particularly the plant-eating animals, they are bestowed with this capacity. Come to the third layer, that is the primary carnivores. They are both carnivores as well as the herbivores. They eat some of the fruits sometimes, and they also eat meat. Then coming to the top of the pyramid, you have the highest category of carnivores, particularly the tiger or a leopard or a lion or a cheetah, depending upon the habitat. So this particular tiger also depends on the primary consumer, that is plants or the grass, indirectly. We say in our forest administrative parlance, the tiger also eats grass through deers. If there is no grass, there will not be a deer. And if there is no deer, there will not be a tiger. So this is how intricately connected, interdependent, highly symbiotic, well associated with each other, this system works so naturally that if you separate them, both will die. Just imagine not a place, just a place where some trees are there. It is a living system. Forest is a living system. It has two major components. One is a plant and second one is an animal. Animal can be a small microorganism or an elephant, from microorganism to elephant. Similarly, plant means a small fungus or an alga to a big tree. So if you see how animals get benefit from the plants, They get food, as I said earlier, that herbivores will take food directly, and also carnivores depend indirectly on these plants. Food is one thing that they get from the plants. Second is they get the shelter in the plants. And in the food, they also get the medicinal properties added to their body. Have you seen any of the animals, sick animals, inside the forest? Have you seen it? No, there is no chance. All of us fall sick here, but none of the animals, birds, reptiles fall sick in the wilderness because they have an inherent immunity. They are exposed to so many conditions. They eat only those items, need based. You cannot see a overgrown, obese, spotted deer in a forest. You may find elephant to be obese. No, it is by character like that only. It cannot put overweight. You can see overweight in only temple elephants, circus elephants, or maybe in some zoos because they are overfed and less active. Physical activity is not there. We feed them whenever we go to temple. We feed them as if it directly goes to Lord Ganesha. Yes, it goes to Lord Ganesha. But overfeeding. 100 people come every day. 100 people give the elephant the banana, rice, jaggery, வெல்லம் அது எல்லாமே சாப்பிட்டு சாப்பிட்டு அப்படியே குண்டாயிடுச்சு. We don't know afterwards when we get back to your homes what will happen to this elephant. Overfeeding leads to overweight and arthritis problem come. Digestion issues are there. Diarrhea develop ஆகுது. ப்ளஸ் அங்கே எப்பவுமே இந்த தரை மேலே நடக்கிறதுனால கான்கிரீட் சர்ஃபேஸ் மேலே நடக்கிறதுனால அந்த சோல் பேட் எல்லாமே தேஞ்சு போயிடும். Then it develops the arthritis, joint pains, and continuous interaction and exposure to human environment. It allows the elephant to contract so many diseases, including the asthma and tuberculosis. We have seen many elephants during the post-mortem that it has died due to tuberculosis. So these are all unknown things. We just spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe half an hour with an elephant, feed it, and then come back. But afterwards, what happens to it, we are not aware of it. So we have to leave these animals in their natural environment. That's what. You have now seen, all of us have experienced it during this corona period. Confining ourselves in a small place without interaction, having got all the facilities, whether it is food, water, social environment, social interactions, social media, TV, news, all those things. In spite of all these things, you are longing to go out because you are missing a major portion of physical interaction, physical socializing with your friends, relatives, classmates, teachers. Same thing happens to these animals, wherever they are. You must be giving them the best possible food in a temple, but that elephant will be missing its family. It needs certain other things also apart from food, biologically. It has to have its sexual life, its maternal life. It has to become a mother. It has to become a father. It has to rear its kids. And apart from this, they have a set role of ecological activities to be performed in the nature. For example, elephant, it eats almost 200 kgs of food every day, whether it is leaf, fruit, bark, flowers, branches, whatever. But to get this 200 kgs, it will travel at least 10 to 15 square kilometers of forests every day. 15 square kilometers, I'm telling you. that too in a good forest. If it is not a good forest, not much of trees are there, then it will go beyond 30 square kilometers of area in a day. And it requires minimum of 150 liters of water just for drinking purpose. And this animal doesn't have sweat glands. That's why he has to take a lot of water to keep its body under normal temperature. So what happens? So during the process of this 15-kilometer wandering, he keeps on eating, he breaks some branches, eats half and leaves the half of the portion. And rest other animals will be depending on this. Like some wild boar will come, some spotted deer will come, squirrels will come, some birds will come. And whenever it urinates, I don't know how many of you have seen how it urinates. It will urinate to about 1 bucket to 1.5 buckets every time. So when 1.5 buckets of urine is passed, so much of urine and sit on this. They depend on this animal extensively. That is why it is called as keystone species. Keystone species. So this animal, when it goes there, during the course of one full day wandering, apart from eating kgs, it also defecates. Dung எல்லாம் அங்கங்க சாணம் போடுது. ஸோ அந்தந்த சாணம் போடும் பொழுது it acts as a fertilizer. It enriches the soil in the forest. It carries the seeds in its dung. Those seeds will germinate. That is how the forests regenerate naturally. It's not that forest department, I and me, maybe my colleagues or my people are involved in greening the forest area. No, we do very minuscule work. I have crores and crores of trees in my area. All of them, they sprout, they flower, they fruit, seed, without missing a single day. How does it happen? It happens because a nourishment coming from these animals. That's what I was telling you, how the interdependence is there. The animals get these food, medicines, shelter from the trees. And in turn, these trees will get the nourishment, fertilizer from the animals. The animals help these trees for pollination, for fertilization, and also seed dispersal. They carry the seeds from one place to another place. Whether it is a bird, whether it is an animal, whether it is a monkey, whatever they eat from one tree, they carry it to another place and then spread it. That is how the regeneration, natural of the forest takes place. We have very less role to play as a forest department officers, but our main job is to protect. We allow the natural processes to take place inside the forest area. Beyond that, we also take care to prevent the forest offenses. Otherwise, nature is so big in its character, in its magnanimity, that it doesn't require you and me for its maintenance. Only thing is, these negative factors which are impacting their processes should be stopped. That's where we step in. I hope I am making the things clear. Madam, am I going at a normal speed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any difficulty in understanding, please let me know.
No, no. Yes, sir.
Varsha? Fine?
Varsha,
Sure, sir.
you're mute. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to follow me, or am I talking something which is totally...
No, no,
No,
no.
sir. No, sir. We're able
Okay,
to
Going
follow.
understandable.
interesting, sir. It's going
I
interesting.
am trying to put this in a very, very simple manner, thinking that majority of you come from non-science background. So I target those groups so that other people will automatically be carried. Okay. Next one, please. So similarly, last one point I tell you how trees will survive. See, the trees have a unique nature, unlike the animals. Animals have a chance to escape whenever there is a danger. Say, for example, there is a fire, forest fire is there. Birds and animals will try to move away, whereas trees cannot move. So they have to be there only whether there is a flood, whether there is a fire, or somebody comes to cut it. What it does is it develops certain chemicals in its body whenever there is a fire or whenever there is a flood. புயல் வருது, புயல் வரும்பொழுதெல்லாம் நீங்க பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, நிறைய தண்ணி அங்கே நெருங்கி மாசக்கணக்கு அங்கேயே தண்ணி நீங்கிட்டு இருக்கும். அந்த நேரத்துல கூட அந்த தண்ணி இறங்குனதுக்கு பிறகு again you will see these trees sprouting. Till the period of distress, they will control their metabolic activities and see that their requirements are less, and they overcome this stress period. And if it stretches a threshold limit, then they will die. That's what the nature has empowered these trees. And insect pest attack, you some trees, whether it is on the bark, whether it is on the leaf, whether it is on the fruit or flower. That is how the problems of the trees are taken care of by animals, and the requirements of the animals are taken care of by these plants. And with this, happens is that these trees have a knack of attracting these birds and animals and butterflies. How? They produce very colorful, very tasty fruits or flowers. Then the butterflies are attracted, bees are attracted. When they are attracted, they go and sit on the flower. They help the tree in its pollination. And in the pollination process, the fertilization also takes place and the process starts. That is how both are getting benefited. It is a very inseparable type of a relationship, intricate relationship, which we have to understand. Even in front of your own house, in your own backyard, in your own college campuses, you would have seen a lot of trees and a lot of birds coming. But have you seen any bird visiting a eucalyptus tree? No. Have you seen any bird sitting in a teak tree, nesting in it? They're all unnatural species for us, non-native species. We don't want these species. We want species which produce flowers, fruits, nectar, gum, resins, and some kind of food item for either butterflies, bees, or birds, or animals. Then only somebody will visit. Otherwise, there is no reason for any guest to come and sit on a tree. So this relationship, if you understand, forest consists of these two components, trees and animals. These two components are live. They have life in them. They take birth, they grow, they develop, they reproduce, age, and they die. Again, they take rebirth. If this process is there, then you have no reason to call them as a place. Forest is not a place. It is a living system. So when you deal with a living system, you have to have an approach how you handle a living being. That is how whenever we go inside the forest, we salute and go. When we come out in one piece, because every time we go inside the forest, we don't know whether we'll be coming back in full peace or not. Anything can happen to us. A snake can bite us. A deer can attack us. A tiger can come, an elephant can come. Many of our staff officers have been killed because we were caught unawares. We are also human beings. So whenever there is some problem, when an elephant comes out of the forest area into a village, we rush there, we go there. But that doesn't mean that the elephant will listen to us. No, we have to take care of ourselves and see that how best we can protect the property and lives of the villagers also. At the same time, we have to protect the life of the elephant also. It's not that we can just take extreme step of capturing it or killing it or trapping it and immobilizing it. No, no, that is not the case. That's where the scientific management of wild animals comes into picture. Okay. Uh, why should I conserve my environment or forest? Next one. Because they provide us life support system, food security, water security, pure air, and health security. All of us know Corona has taught us many, many things. What do you say this Corona has made such a big impact? Why? Is it because we didn't have any other virus or bacteria in the environment? Or is it because our immunity levels have come down? These viruses and bacteria are always there load, and some are there with a lesser load. It depends on our sustainability and a threshold limit. If we cross that threshold, if you are flooded with the more load of viruses, then you get infected. You become diseased. If you have the immunity level which can take care of the virus load, because we consume loads and loads of bacteria and viruses every day. Whenever you drink water, whenever you eat something, whenever you breathe in also, a lot of things get into your system. But your system fights. Every second, every billionth of a second, your body fights with the foreign bodies. If that is the case, then why that this corona has made such an impact? Because we have created more specimens of unfit people to live. Have you seen any unfit specimen inside the forest? Have you seen any animal without a leg inside the forest, without a ear, without a hand, without a tail? No, it is not possible. Any unfit species is immediately eliminated in the forest. The survival of the fittest rule operates in its strictest sense in the wilderness. But here, the science has taken its advantages. We have made progress. We have learned to make a 6-month born baby to live. Doctors are highly appreciated, yes, appreciable. But the specimen that has made to live is unfit. It becomes hosts for various kinds of diseases. And it will try to spread to others also. Anyway, the environment or the forest area is the place where you get water. You see this picture, this waterfalls. இது நீங்க பார்த்த உடனே என்ன நினைப்பீங்க? ஓ, அங்க போகணும், குளிக்கணும், விளையாடணும், அங்க ஸ்விம்மிங் பண்ணணும்ன்றது தோணுது. கரெக்ட் தான். Your thinking is very, very normal. But for me, I look at it from a different angle. I'll see from how much of area so much of water is collected. When was the last rain that we received in this area? A month back we received rain, but still the water is flowing. Then how is that for one full month no single drop of rain has come, but so much of water is flowing? From where it is coming? You can see these kind of things only when there is a thick forest around. If without any vegetation. If it rains, within a day or two, are coming from this hillock. Have you seen it? Is it not? But the same thing to Western Ghats area, Moyar area, Mudumalai, நம்ம பொள்ளாச்சி, களக்காடு முண்டாந்துறை, கொடைக்கானல் இந்த ஏரியால போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ உள்ள நீங்க நடந்து போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய ஓடையில தண்ணி ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். இப்போ 3 மாசம் ஆச்சு நமக்கு தண்ணி மழை வராம. பட் இருந்தாலும் தண்ணி அங்கே ஓடிட்டு இருக்கும். எங்கிருந்து வருது? திஸ் இஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தி யூனிக் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக் ஆஃப் these trees. They hold water. The roots are capable of holding this water, releasing it slowly. And also, the atmospheric, அந்த பனி விழுது பாருங்க நைட் நேரத்துல, அந்த பனி எல்லாமே இந்த மேட் மேல விழுந்தப்போ, when the sunlight comes, it percolates down and forms into a stream. And if there is no tree, no vegetation, இந்த பனி விழுந்தது எல்லாமே அங்கேயே absorb ஆயிடும். There will not be any water body. And believe me, thanks to your scientists, till today, there is no artificial water created and there is no artificial blood created. These two things have to come naturally. Have to depend on forests for water. காவேரி ரிவர் நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டில் ஒரு பெரிய ஆறு இல்லைங்களா? அது எங்கே ஆரம்பிக்குது? அதனுடைய ஆரம்பிக்கிற இடம் எது? கர்நாடகாவிலே ஒரு தலகாவேரின்னு ஒரு இடம் இருக்குது, பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? கூர்க் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ல, கொடகுல. அங்க ஒரு சின்ன ஓடை மாதிரி தான் வருது. அது அங்க வர்ற அவ்வளவு பெரிய ஆறாகுது பாருங்க. ஸோ எனி ரிவர், it has to originate from the forest only, except the Himalayan rivers. All the monsoon dependent rivers, they have to take birth from the forest only. இப்போ நான் ஆரம்பத்தில் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரொம்ப டேமேஜிங் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் சொன்னேன். All of you have killed hundreds and thousands of elephants and tigers and சொல்லிட்டு இல்லைங்களா? You can prosecute me for this, for alleging you for something which you have not done. But I'll prove that you and I have killed so many animals. For example, சென்னைக்கு ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு 10 லட்சம் கேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் வாட்டர் தேவைப்படுதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இப்போ நமக்கு 10 லட்சம் வந்துட்டு இருந்தாலும் கூட அது போதுறதில்ல. ஸோ தட் மீன்ஸ் அங்கே இருக்கிற அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட்டர்ஸு, பாலிட்டிஷியன்ஸு, கவர்மெண்ட்டு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? ஓ, இந்த 10 லட்சம் போதாது அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் we need another 5 lakh extra அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் பொழுது என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? either they dig borewells or they plan to construct a dam. எங்க டேம் எங்க கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க? இல்லை கேனால் பண்ணிட்டு அங்கிருந்து பைப் லைன் போட்டுட்டு அங்கிருந்து தண்ணியை எடுத்துட்டு வரணும் அப்படின்னு திட்டம் போட்டாங்கன்னா இந்த டேம் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் எங்க பண்ணுவாங்க? இவ்வளவுதான் பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா தண்ணி அங்கே தானே இருக்குது. அங்க தேங்கி வச்சு தானே இதை நீங்க தண்ணியை நிறுத்திட்டு நமக்கு தேவை இருக்கும் பொழுது இங்க கொண்டு வர முடியும். நீங்க அண்ணா சாலையில டேம் கட்ட முடியுது இல்ல? அண்ணா சாலையில டேம் கட்டி என்ன பிரயோஜனம்? ஸோ ஒரு தடவை நீங்க ஒரு முடிவு பண்ணி ஒரு டேம் கட்டணும்னு சொல்லி ஒரு முடிவுக்கு வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. இந்த இடத்துல இப்போ இந்த படம் காமிச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு டேம் கட்டணும்னு சொன்ன என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? கோடிக்கணக்கான லட்சக்கணக்கான மரங்களை நம்ம வெட்ட வேண்டியதா வருது. பர்மனன்ட் டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன். அங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா ஜீவராசிகளும் அவங்களுடைய வாழ்விடத்திலிருந்து கழுத்து பிடிச்சி அவங்களுடைய வீட்டிலிருந்தே வெளியே வீசின மாதிரி ஆயிடும் இல்லைங்களா? எல்லாமே செத்து போயிடும். இந்த மாதிரி எத்தனை கெனால்ஸ், டேம்ஸ் நாங்க கட்டிருக்கிறோம். இது எதுக்காக? இப்போ 10 லட்சம் கேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் வாட்டர் நமக்கு வந்துட்டு இருக்குதுல்ல, அதுக்குள்ளவே நாங்க திருப்திகரமா நாங்க பயன்படுத்திட்டு இருந்தோம்னா அதிகமா நம்ம டேம் கட்ட வேண்டிய அவசியமே வராது. ஆனா நாங்க அதை யோசிக்கிறது இல்லை. எப்படி நாங்க வேஸ்ட் பண்றோம்? தண்ணி வேஸ்ட் பண்றது, உதாரணத்துக்கு சொல்றேன், உங்க ஹாஸ்டல்ல எடுத்துக்கோங்க, இல்ல உங்க வீட்டுல எடுத்துக்கோங்க. எல்லா ஹாஸ்டல்லையும் எல்லார் வீட்லயும் வாஷ் பேசின் வச்சிருக்கோம். மார்னிங்ல இருந்தே ஆரம்பிங்க. ப்ரஷ் பண்ணும்போது தண்ணி ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும், நான் ப்ரஷ் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்போம். ஷேவ் பண்றவங்களும் ஷேவ் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க, தண்ணி ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். ஒரு மக்ல 1 லிட்டருக்குள்ள செய்ய வேண்டிய வேலை we use almost 7 to 8 liters of water. And see the journey of water that is coming to your kitchen and your bathroom. தூரத்துல இருந்து பயணம் பண்ணி வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க. The journey it has performed, the distance it has traveled, the minerals that it has carried, it is just going down the drain because we are not switching off the tap. இது எல்லாருமே பண்ணல. இன்னைக்குல இருந்து இப்பொழுதுல இருந்தே நீங்க ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். யூஸ் மக்ஸ், டம்ளர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. இது ஒரு சின்ன உதாரணம் தான் சொல்றேன் நான். அதே மாதிரி உணவு, ஃபுட் செக்யூரிட்டின்னு சொன்னோம். ஃபுட் செக்யூரிட்டின்னு என்ன? எவ்வளவு உணவு நமக்கு இருக்குதுன்னா 30% of the ready to eat food is wasted as per the survey. This is not my estimate. It is a scientific analysis done by institutions over a period of time across the country. Ready to eat food is wasted up to 30%. 1 kg அரிசி எவ்வளவு தண்ணி தேவைப்படுது தெரியுமா? எல்லாருமே இப்போ ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்றேன், அது கூகுள்ல சர்ச் பண்ணி பாருங்க. வர்ச்சுவல் வாட்டர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சர்ச் பண்ணி பாருங்க. உங்களுக்கு உடனடியா ஐட்டம்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்துடும். வாட் ஆர் தி ஐட்டம்ஸ் which require what quantity of water? That is called as virtual water. 1 கிலோ அரிசிக்கு குறைந்த பட்சம் 3000 லிட்டர் தண்ணி தேவைப்படுது. 3000 லிட்டர். நாங்க எவ்வளவு ஈஸியா 5 கிலோ 10 கிலோ அரிசி வாங்கிட்டு வந்துடுவோம் கடையில இருந்து. அப்படியே நம்ம வேஸ்ட் பண்றோம். பிடிக்கல, சாம்பார் பிடிக்கல, இந்த பொரியல் பிடிக்கலன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அப்படியே பாதி விட்டுட்டு பாதி வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஏதாவது ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷனுக்கு போயிட்டு பாருங்களேன், எவ்வளவு வேஸ்ட் பண்றோம். ஹோட்டல்ல கூட அப்படிதான். நான் பில் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், நான் பணம் நான் கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம அது இன்னொரு ஒரு arrogant ஒரு ரிப்ளை கொடுக்குறோம். But who is responsible for this? These natural resources are the property of the society. It's not your property. You may be having paying capacity, but that doesn't mean that you have the right to waste it. This environment, this water, pure air, good food, good soil, good environment is borrowed from our next generation. It is not inherited by our ancestors. We are in debt with our next generation. We have to give it back to them. We cannot exhaust everything and then leave this place. அதனால இந்த ஃபாரஸ்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடியது, என்ன பணம் இருந்தாலும் சரி, என்ன சொத்து இருந்தாலும் சரி, எவ்வளவு நகை இருந்தாலும் சரி, that will not fetch you good drinking water, good air. We have to preserve this forest. இதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, காட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு ஒவ்வொரு மரத்துக்கு ஒருத்தர் நீங்க அங்கேயே 24/7 உட்கார்ந்துட்டு நீங்க அதை காப்பாற்றணும்னு யாரும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. You be a student, you be a teacher, you be a businessman, you be a banker, you be a commercial person. எங்க இருந்தாலும் இந்த நடைமுறைகளா தினந்தோறும் நீங்க செலவு பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற இந்த நேச்சுரல் ரிசோர்சஸ், இயற்கையான பொருள்களை எவ்வளவோ கன்சர்வேட்டிவா யூஸ் பண்ணணுமோ அது பாருங்க. வேஸ்டேஜ் should be totally stopped because our country, our natural resources, our population cannot afford to waste. இருக்கிற நம்ம பொருள்களே நமக்கு குறைவான அளவில் இருக்குது. Natural resources are not unlimited. They have a limited supply. We have to use them as per the requirement. You and I are all very lucky people. We are able to sit here, maybe in an AC room. We have the comfort of sitting in front of a camera. But look at those people who are on the roadside. They don't have a fan. They don't have a roof on their top. They don't have good water to drink. They don't get one meal per day. Are they not citizens of our country? Just because I and you are privileged, we cannot afford to spend water, waste water. Yes, you are eligible to spend, but not to waste. என்னென்ன பண்றோம் வேஸ்டிங்ஸுக்கு போக போக தான் நான் சொல்றேன். Next one please. So these are all water resources I am telling you. This is the birthplace of Ganges, the கோமுகன்னு சொல்லி இங்கிருந்து தான் அந்த கங்கை உற்பத்தி ஆகுது. இந்த கிளேசியர் இருக்கு பாருங்க ரைட் சைடு கார்னர்ல. You can see how it flows. Next one please. This is the place of Kodagu. இங்க இந்த சென்டர்ல இருக்கக்கூடியது சின்ன ஒரு பாண்ட் மாதிரி இருக்கு பாருங்க. அங்கதான் அது உற்பத்தி ஆகுது காவேரி. காவேரியில இருந்து வர இவ்வளவு பெரிய ஆறா மாறுது பாருங்க. இந்த உற்பத்தி இடமே காடு. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ப்ளீஸ். அக்ரிகல்ச்சர்ல என்ன இப்போ நான் இவ்வளவு டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணேன் நான் உங்களுக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட் பயோடைவர்சிட்டியில இந்த ஒரு வெரைட்டி தயார் பண்றதுக்கு கூட பயோஜெனடிக் ரிசோர்சஸ் ஆர் ஆல் இன் ஃபாரஸ்ட் ஒன்லி. வைல்டு ஜீன்ஸ் எல்லாமே ஃபாரஸ்ட் குள்ள தான் இருக்கு. இது வைல்டு ரைஸ் ஸ்பீஷிஸ் பாருங்க. சப்போஸ் ஏதாவது நீங்க ஹைபிரிட் தயார் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா இந்த தமிழ்நாடு அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆகட்டும் இல்ல ஐசிஆர் டெல்லியில இருக்கிறவங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு ஹைபிரிட் பண்ணணும்னா தே ஹேவ் டு கெட் பேக் டு ஃபாரஸ்ட் ஒன்லி ஃபார் வைல்ட் ஜீன்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். Then they give us all the comforts of life, like electricity, fuel, medicines, aesthetic beauty, and a healthy living conditions. Electricity is a byproduct of your forest. Hydroelectricity, whether it is nuclear electricity or thermal electricity, all the raw materials are coming from forest only or wilderness area only. Apart from providing the life support system and comforts, the forests also give us protection from the adverse effects, cyclones, storms, floods. இந்த புயல்ல வருது சுனாமி வந்துருச்சு பாருங்க. சுனாமி வந்தப்போ அந்த ஒரு படம் இருக்கு காமிச்சிடுறேன் உங்களுக்கு. எக்ஸசிவ் ஹீட் எல்லா இடத்துலயும் நீங்க ஊர்ல எல்லாம் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. ஏதாவது ஒரு வெளியே போகும்பொழுது ரொம்ப வெயிலான்னு சொன்னா நீங்க நிழலை தேடுவீங்க. எந்த நிழல் தேடுவீங்க? மரதான் நீங்க பார்ப்பீங்க. நாம போய் நிக்கிறதுக்கு வண்டிய ஒரு உயிரில்லாத ஒரு டூ வீலர் நிப்பாட்டுறதுக்கு கூட ஒரு மரத்தை தேடுவோம். ஆனா யாராவது போயிட்டு நீங்க ஒரு மரத்தை ஒரு செடி கொடுத்துட்டு இந்த காப்பாத்துங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னா இல்ல சார் இடம் இல்லை சார், வீட்டுல இங்க இடம் இல்லை சார். இன்னும் இருக்கிற மரம் வச்சிருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாம் வந்து என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா நம்ம கிட்ட வந்து அப்ளிகேஷன் கேட்கறாங்கன்னா கொடுத்துட்டு சார் நிறைய இலைய கொட்டுது சார், அது கிளீன் பண்றதுக்கு ஆள் இல்லை சார், அதனால இது மரம் வெட்டுறேங்க சார். பாருங்க இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் இதெல்லாம் கிராம மக்கள் சொல்றது இல்ல. 99.9% கிராமத்துல இருக்கிறவனும் ஒருத்தர் கூட சார் இந்த மரத்தை நம்ம வெட்டணும் சார் சொல்லிட்டு அப்ளிகேஷன் கொடுத்ததே கிடையாது. எல்லா பட்டணத்துல இருக்கிறவங்களோ சிட்டியில இருக்கிறவங்க தான் படித்த முட்டாள்கள் தான். அவங்களே வந்துட்டு இந்த மரம் வேண்டாம் சார், இதுல இருந்து நான் நிறைய டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்றத சொல்றாங்களே தவிர எந்த கிராமவாசியோ இதுவரைக்கும் வந்துட்டு நமக்கு மரம் வெட்டுறதுக்கு ஒரு மன்னிப்பு மனு கொடுத்தது கிடையாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ப்ளீஸ். ஃப்ளட்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். நெக்ஸ்ட் டிஃபரெண்ட். இது சென்னை தான் ஃப்ளட்ஸ் வந்தது, இது சுனாமி வந்தது படம். நெக்ஸ்ட். இந்த சுனாமி வந்தப்போ பாருங்க நாகப்பட்டினம் கோடைக்கரையில எல்லாம் நிறைய பாதிப்பு ஏற்பட்டது. 2004 தானே அது சுனாமியில. இந்த பகுதி மட்டும் நீங்க இங்க 2 இடம் தெரியுது பாருங்க இந்த படத்துல. This photo was taken by scanning in the newspaper clip. இந்த 2 பகுதியிலயும் பிளான்டேஷன் இருக்கு. அந்த பிளான்டேஷன் தான் அந்த சவுக்குமரன்னு சொல்லுவோம் கேஷுவலினா. அந்த சவுக்குமரம் நட்டது ஃபாரஸ்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட். இந்த சவுக்குமரக்கு ஒட்டி இருக்கிற கிராமம் ஒரு 5% தான் பாதிப்பு ஏற்பட்டது. 95% வாஸ் இன்டாக்ட். இங்க நடுவில் அடிச்சிட்டு போயிருக்கு பாருங்க. இந்த ஒரு கிராமமே அடிச்சிட்டு போயிடுச்சு. உயிர் போயிடுச்சு, அங்க இருக்கிற பொருள்களும் போயிடுச்சு. So you can imagine now what is the value of this plantation. This plantation value can be whatever value you can attach to the entire village which was saved by this plantation. அங்க இருக்கிற உயிரினங்களுக்கும் ஜனங்களுக்கும் இங்க இருக்கிற பொருள்களுக்கும் பில்டிங்ஸ்க்கு எல்லாம் என்ன நீங்க மதிப்பு கொடுக்க முடியுமோ அந்த மதிப்பு தான் இந்த பிளான்டேஷனுடைய மதிப்பு. So they protect us from various natural calamities. Next one please. Similarly these mangroves, இந்த கடல் ஓரமா இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இதனுடைய முக்கியத்துவம் என்னன்றது நல்லா தெரியும். இந்த புயல் வரும்பொழுது, இந்த சுனாமி வரும்பொழுதெல்லாம் they check the velocity of water more than 60 to 70%. ஸோ அதனுடைய பாதிப்பு அந்த அளவுக்கு குறையுது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். நெக்ஸ்ட் வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்? ட்ரவுட் வரும். நெக்ஸ்ட் லேண்ட் ஸ்லைட்ஸ் ஆகும். நெக்ஸ்ட் அதிகமாக மழை பெய்யும். இது தண்ணி பாருங்க. we are all, this is a scene from some of our own places only. மேபி நார்த் இந்தியாவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய இடம் இது. நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டிலேயே இந்த சூழ்நிலை இருக்குது. நிறைய இடங்கள் எல்லாம் தண்ணியே கிடையாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். அண்ட் we get lot of diseases. இதில் we can add corona also here. Though it is a man-made thing, our immunity levels have calmed down. That's why we are also getting infected. Next one. Global warming, greenhouse effect, acid rains, Asian brown cloud and சொல்லுவாங்க, ABC ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, avalanches, all these things. You take any habitat and ecosystem, you get the negative impact of this climate change. Mist, fog, retrogression, mass extinction of species, இது எல்லாமே நடக்கும். Hunger. Next. நீங்க எப்படி இம்பாக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்? இது பாருங்க, ஒரு மானை முதுமலை பகுதியில் ஒரு மானை இறந்துருச்சு. எதுக்காக இருந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, யூஸ்வலி அன்நேச்சுரல் டெத் இருக்கிற எல்லாமே நாங்கள் போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ணுவோம். இந்த மானை இது முதுமலை கிடையாது, இது சென்னை கிண்டி பார்க்குள்ள இறந்த ஒரு மான். ஓபன் பண்ணி பார்த்தா இதுல ஒரு 1.5 கிலோ பிளாஸ்டிக் பையெல்லாம் கிடைச்சது வயர்ல. நீங்க வெளியே வச்சிருக்கோம் பாருங்க, முன்னாடி இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் பிளாஸ்டிக் பை. இட் கன்சியூம்ஸ். நாங்கள் போயிட்டு அங்கே இட்லி தோசை எல்லாம் சாப்பிடுவோம். சட்னி சாம்பார் மிச்சம் இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் அங்கேயே கொட்டிட்டு வந்துடும். அண்ட் திஸ் ஃபெலோ he will go there. He doesn't have the luxury of opening it and then eating it. So it directly consumes. டைரக்ட் கன்சம்ஷன் ஆன உடனே அந்த பிளாஸ்டிக் பை அதில் ஜீரணம் ஆகாது. This we can avoid, இல்லையா? Is it not? We have to have the proper understanding of what we consume and what we dispose, how we dispose the things. It's not just throwing somewhere on the roadside. Next one please. இது ஒரு யானை. அதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய pollutants were found in its body. I am standing here in frontல இருக்கிறது நான் தான். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 50-60 யானைகளை நம்ம போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். உள்ள பாத்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய பாலித்தீன் பேக்ஸ் எல்லாம் கிடைக்கும். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ப்ளீஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். இதெல்லாம் ஹண்டிங் பண்ணுவாங்க. எதுக்காக பண்ணுவாங்க? நம்ம நிறைய வீட்டில் வச்சிருப்போம் கூண்டுக்குள்ள, அக்வேரியம் வச்சிருப்போம், மீன் நல்ல நல்ல அழகான மீன் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அதுக்கெல்லாம் நீங்க அது இயற்கையான இடங்கள்லயே பகுதியில் இருக்க வேண்டிய உயிரினங்கள் எல்லாம் அங்கேயே இருக்கணும். நீங்க கொண்டு வந்து சின்ன பெட்டியில வச்சு நீங்க கண்ணு முன்னாடியே இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா they will not be happy. They will be definitely cursing you every moment. இது பாருங்க, some kind of medicinal value இருக்கு, aphrodisiac அது இதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு they will kill animals, they remove the parts and they supply to all the people. You and me, consumers are staying in the cities and towns only. Next one. Similarly, this elephant has been severed. அந்த தலையே கட் பண்ணியிருக்கான் பாருங்க. எதுக்குன்னு சொன்னா அது தந்தத்துக்காக. தந்த யாருக்கு போகுது? வீரப்பன் இருந்தான். வீரப்பன் அத்தனை யானையை வேட்டையாடி இருந்தான். ஆனா அவன் சாகும் பொழுது பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவன் வீட்டுல ஒரு பொம்மை கூட கிடையாது தந்தத்துல இருந்து தயார் பண்ணது. அந்த தந்தம் எல்லாம் எங்க போய் சேர்ந்துருச்சு? எங்க வீட்டுல, உங்க வீட்டுல தான். சென்னை, பாம்பே, பெங்களூரு, டெல்லியில. We have pleasure in keeping these animal products. No. Next one, please. இதே மாதிரி இங்க நார்த் ஈஸ்ட்ல இந்த கால் கட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. இந்த யானை வந்து இறந்திருக்குது, கால் எப்படி கட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. Do you have any idea how this piece of leg is used? They use this as a stool. எங்க? பெரிய பெரிய இடங்கள்ல எல்லாம் ஆக்டர்ஸ், பொலிட்டிஷியன்ஸ், பிசினஸ்மேன் அவங்களுக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு பெருமை. பாருங்க, யானையுடைய காலு நான் ஒரு டீபாய் மாதிரி வச்சிருக்கேன், ஒரு ஸ்டூல் மாதிரி வச்சிருக்கேன், ஒரு பென் ஸ்டாண்ட் மாதிரி நான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஒரு பென் ஸ்டாண்ட் இருக்கு, இது கோரல்ல இருந்து தயார் பண்ணது, இது யானை தந்தத்துல இருந்து தயார் பண்ணது அப்படின்றது ஒரு பெரிய பெருமையா சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. இட்ஸ் ஆக்சுவலி ஷேம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ப்ளீஸ். Electrocution death. Next. See, this elephant was also killed by electrocution. Female elephant. It was pregnant, about to deliver. You see the fetus, full grown fetus is there. இது பார்த்த உடனே உங்களுக்கு என்ன தோணுது? எங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் ரோஷம் வந்துடும். அந்த ஆள் கிடைச்சிட்டான்னு கதையே வேற மாதிரி ஆயிடும். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். இந்த மாதிரி கேசஸ் இருக்கும் பொழுது கிளியர் கேசஸ் தான் இது. இது கேஸ் நாங்க போட்டிருப்போம். ரொம்ப சீனியர் வெல் நோன் அட்வொகேட்ஸ் வந்து அந்த கேஸை டிஃபெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. ரொம்ப கேவலமா தெரியுது. அவங்க அந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தர் ரெண்டு பேர் பண்றதுனால என்டையர் கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு ஒரு கெட்ட பேர் வரும். அதனால தயவு செய்து என்னுடைய ஒரு சின்சியர் ரிக்வெஸ்ட் என்னன்னா, ப்ளீஸ் கோ பை கேஸ் அண்ட் பி கான்ஷியஸ் டு யுவர் செல்ஃப் அண்ட் பி சின்சியர் டு தி லா ஆஃப் தி லேண்ட். இங்கே பாருங்க, அது தன் பாடிக்கு தான் போயிட்டு இருக்குது யானை எல்லாம் ஃபேமிலியோட. அதுக்கு மேலே இவங்க பந்து பேசுறாங்க. அது ரோடு வந்துருச்சுங்க, அதனுடைய நடைபாதை. ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட்ல இருந்து இன்னொரு ஃபாரஸ்ட்டுக்கு அது கனெக்டிவிட்டி இருக்கு, போய் தான் ஆகணும் அது. ஆனா நடுவில் ரோடு வந்ததுனால இட் இஸ் கிராசிங் த ரோட். இட் இஸ் நோவேர். இட் இஸ் இன் கோயம்புத்தூர் only. This is a photo taken in Coimbatore. And this kind of scenes you can see every day, almost every week in Hosur. Next one, please. நான் எதுக்கு சொல்ல வரேன்னா, ரோடு 2 லைன் இருக்கு போதும், இதுக்கு 4 லைன் ஆக்கணும், 4 லைன் இருக்கிறது 6 லைன் ஆக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா எங்க போறது? யாருமே சொந்த வீடு சொந்த சைட்டு விட்டு கொடுக்கறது இல்லை. அப்போ காடு தான் கேட்பாங்க. அப்போ காடு வழியை தான் நீங்க ரோடு போட வேண்டியதா வருது. அப்போ காடுல இந்த யானையில எங்க போகணும்? இது யானை தான் நமக்கு தெரியுது. அங்க இருக்கிற பாம்புகளுக்கு, சின்ன சின்ன பறவைகளுக்கு, தேளு, ஆமை, இதெல்லாம் எங்க போகுதுன்றதே தெரியல. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ப்ளீஸ். ஃபயர். இதுல இந்த ஃபயர் பத்தி கொஞ்சம் நான் உங்களுக்கு மனத்துக்கு தாக்குற மாதிரி நான் பேசுவேன். இது உங்க கையில் இருக்கு, என் கையில் இருக்கு. All of us are responsible for 99% of the forest fires. எப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, இந்த ஃபாரஸ்ட் ஃபயர்ஸ் வர்றது எல்லாமே 99.9% மேன்-மேட் ஃபாரஸ்ட் தான். மனுஷன் தான் அங்க போயிட்டு தான் அங்க பத்த வச்சுட்டு வர்றான். யார் அந்த ஆளு? அடுத்து சொல்றேன். நெக்ஸ்ட், இவங்க தான் ஆடு மாடு மேய்க்கிறவங்க தான். எதுக்காக பத்த வைக்கிறாங்க? இந்த கோடை காலத்துல இல்ல இந்த வறட்சி வரும் பொழுது அந்த புது துளிர் வரணும், பச்சை புல்லு கிடைக்கணும், இதுக்கு மேய்க்கிறதுக்கு தீவனம் வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பத்தி வச்சிருவாங்க. ஏதாவது ஒரு நடுவில் ஒரு மழை வந்துருச்சுன்னு சொன்னா அது முளைச்சிட்டு வந்துடும். அங்க இருக்கிற காடுல இருக்கிற எல்லா வேற அனிமல்ஸ் எல்லாமே செத்து போயிடும். அங்க இருக்கிற எல்லா விதைகளும் செத்து போயிடும். அங்க இருக்கிற எல்லா சின்ன சின்ன கொடி செடி எல்லாமே சுட்டு போயிடும். இது யாரு? இதுக்கு காரணம் யாருன்னா இந்த ஆடு மாடு மேய்க்கிறோம். இந்த ஆடு மாடு மேய்க்கிற பிசினஸ்ல ஏன் இவ்வளவு பேர் ஈடுபட்டு இருக்கிறாங்கன்னா, டிமாண்ட் அவ்வளவு இருக்கு. டிமாண்ட் யாருல இருந்து இருக்கு? நெக்ஸ்ட் இல்ல ப்ரீவியஸ் போங்க, அந்த ஸ்லைடு வரல. இதுல ப்ரீவியஸ் போங்க. கேன் வி கோ பேக்? இதுல யாருன்னா, யார் யார் இந்த கறி சாப்பிடுறாங்களோ, பிரியாணி சாப்பிடுறாங்களோ, மட்டன் சாப்பிடுறாங்க, பீஃப் சாப்பிடுறாங்க, கோழி சாப்பிடுறாங்க, அவங்க தான் இதுக்கு காரணம். அவங்க சாப்பிடுறதுனால இந்த பிசினஸ்ல இத்தனை பேர் ஈடுபட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. இத்தனை பேர் இருக்கும் பொழுது அவங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு தீவனம் வேணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு காட்டுக்கு போவாங்க. அங்கே பச்சை புல் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு பத்தி வச்சிருவாங்க. ஸோ நவ் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் your lifestyle, your food habit, your eating habit, how it is impacting without your understanding, without your knowledge, it is impacting the forest. Can we not live without eating these things? Is it possible or not? If you see the impact of the forest fires, it is possible. If you are really concerned, if you are really worried about the natural resources, forests, please change your food habit. You can live. Nobody will die without eating these things. And we have no right to kill another life just for your taste's sake. It is difficult. I may be making some harsh statements. Please don't give it to give any kind of communal or religious or sectarial color to my statements. It is purely ecological and natural resources protection oriented statement I am making. That's why I use the word caveat when I started my discussion. Next one, please. Pollution is there, industries, household. See, industries are not in our hands. There is a department which is taking care of. How you and I are playing into these pollution aspects means, I'll show you next slide. Next one, please. This is a Bangalore scene where that this froth what you are seeing is a lake. Next one. Next one. Next. Pollution I'm telling, industrial pollution. See, this slide is so disturbing. Do you know where this place? Kodaikanal, have you visited? So those people who have visited Kodaikanal, this is our forest check post. We collect these kind of bottles once in a week, which have been thrown inside the forest area by the visitors who are not locals. All these visitors are you and me going from Chennai, Coimbatore, Dindigul, and all kinds of places. We call ourselves as educated, highly intellectuals, IT professionals, and we care a pin for the environment's sake. Why we collect these things is, if we allow them to be there, all these animals will start eating them. They die. Look at this. Truckloads of garbage is collected every week. Next one, please. Look at this. You call ourselves educated, rich. This lady, she is getting down from this car. On a bridge, she is throwing her garbage into the riverside. This is our education. Shame to have such kind of an education. We have a system to dispose our waste. Otherwise, don't generate. You have no reason to destroy our environment. As I told you earlier, this environment has to be safely handed over to our and they to their children. This is how it has to continue. Next one, please. Next. This is what I said. You have to change your food habits. You look at the journey, these chicken, or next one. இந்த கோழி எல்லாம் பாருங்க எப்படி தலைகீழா ஒரு பை மாதிரி காலு கட்டி சைக்கிள் கட்டிட்டு அப்படியே எடுத்துட்டு வருவாங்க without water, upside down, and it is served as biryani to you in a hotel and you happily eat it. And will you be happy that this chicken is suffering so badly? Next one, please. Yeah, it is mouth-watering. But see the sufferance. See the forest fire. So now onwards, every piece of your meat should reflect forest fire in it, and also the journey that these chickens are traveling upside down, hanging on a cycle, without water, without food, and then you eat it. Next one, please. This is the previous one. These are the words of Lord Buddha. He said, if a buying hand stops, a killing hand too. Next one, please. Next, you are going back. This is a food pyramid I already explained. Next one. Madam, how much time I can take?
So you can test the notion.
Okay. Probably, I don't know what is this slide number.
10, 15 minutes you can take.
Okay, I'll wind up.
But all are interested, so they are just listening. No issues.
I am very happy. I know. See, the mistakes these children are doing, it's not because of their fault alone. It is the fault of the parents. It is the fault of the teachers. It is the fault of the institutions and the surroundings with which they are interacting. They have failed to educate them. We have failed to create awareness in them. இது சொன்னதுக்கு பிறகு பாருங்க how many people will change என்றது நீங்களே பார்க்கலாம். Without making them understand, you cannot blame them. It is not their fault. That is why I make efforts to drive my points with these impactful images. இந்த மலைப்பாம்பு பாத்தீங்களா, உள்ள என்ன இருக்கு தெரியுமா? சாப்பிட்டு ஒண்ணு ஒரு மனுஷனே முழுங்கி இருக்குது. கேரளாவில் இது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். கேரளாவில் இருந்து. நெக்ஸ்ட் எப்படி கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்றதுன்னு சொல்றேன். Do not waste food, as I already explained to you. Practice vegetarianism, as I told you earlier, because many people don't get food. நாங்க வேஸ்ட் பண்றதில்ல. இது கீழே பாருங்க எவ்வளவு வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்குன்றது. 30% of the ready to eat food. I'm telling you, ready to eat food. Next one. Do not waste water. Electricity also, because electricity also comes from the natural resources. Water. We understand very less about the value of the water. Look at these underprivileged, how much they care for each drop of water. Look at these animals also, how much they struggle to get even a gulp of water. but we waste like anything. So where is the fault? In our parentage, in our parenting, or in our schools and colleges? Where we have gone wrong? I don't blame the students or the younger generation. Give them the information. If they don't do, if they don't follow, then they are ready for legal action. Plant trees, or wherever trees are there, you protect them first. Don't hack them. Next one. Stop cruelty to animals. Use biodegradable materials. Reduce pollution. It's all in our hands. Don't carry polythene bags. Whenever you go for purchase, please carry some cloth bags from home. Bring things from in your bags only, and do not carry any kind of polythene bags. It is in our hands. Don't expect the government, don't expect the departments to make rules, acts, amendments, so many things. We have thousands and thousands of acts and rules in our country. Unless we have self-discipline, no act and rule can bring discipline in society. Next one. Visit zoos as an education center, not as a picnic center, not as a romancing center. Next one, please. So wildlife can survive on its own without man's help. For example, next one. When this fallen tree, it decomposes and adds nutrition to the soil. Plants get nutrition from their own recycling. They don't want us. Next one. The fallen dung, this is an elephant dung. This acts as a nutrition, fertilizer, and it also acts as a seed dispersal mechanism. Seeds will germinate. Next one, please. They know how to eat, how much to eat, what to eat, and what not to eat. This is a king cobra feeding on another snake. Next one. These are the wild dogs. They will not hunt when they are full. They eat only when they need it. But it's not like this for us. We eat when the time starts. It's 1 o'clock, we eat, whether we are hungry or not. That's wrong. We have to eat when we are really hungry. Caring and sharing. This we have to learn very much from these birds, animals. Elephants, I told you, they love water, but they cannot afford to remain in water forever. So they have to spend the limited amount of time inside the water, drink, take bath, and see how disciplined manner they are getting back to their work. They are destined to do some ecological. Next one. Look at the combination of animals. One small source of water is there. It is a summer time. So many animals. No indiscipline, no fighting, no chaos, no anarchy, and they take and they get back to their places. Do you expect this from ourselves? கொலையா பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஒரு குடப்பான தண்ணி கிடைக்கலன்னா இங்க எத்தனையோ கொலை நடந்திருக்கு. Next one, please. Again, association between different animals. Next one. A small dead standing tree is a palace for these birds, but we see it as a fuel. Inside the forest, we don't cut even a dead standing tree also. It is called snag. Technically, the snag is a dead standing tree which acts as a house or a resting place for various birds like this. See how they are happy they are. Next one, please. They have the capacity to deal with all the situations, whether it is flood, fire, drought, anything. But only problem with them is they don't know how to deal with man. The only dangerous person, dangerous animal in this world, unpredictable animal is man and man alone. Next one, please. They know how to take care of their kids. They are the best parents. Next one. Next. But we cannot survive on our own. You leave the newborn baby on its own. Will it survive? No. But whereas these animals can survive, these birds can survive. Next one, please. My point is that for our survival, these animals are very much essential. We protect ourselves by protecting this environment, forests. Next one, please. No need to explain. Next. Look at this. A dog is feeding a lion's cub. A goat is feeding a fawn which came out of the forest by mistake. But we don't know who is staying next door to us. Leave helping each other. Next one, please. Yet, the situation is not very, very bad. Still, some humanity is there. This is one situation where one soldier was killed in a battle from Kerala. His hand was transplanted to one Afghanistan person from a Kerala hospital. And the mother and the daughter of that person who was in the battle, look at the way they are looking at the hand. The person is from Afghanistan. The hand is their father or husband. So they are seeing a live husband and father in this hand. Humanity still exists. Nothing is beyond our reach. Only the desire has to be there, resolve has to be there, and the intention has to be there. Hence, I request all of you, please think for what purpose you have come to this earth. What is your responsibility? What is your role? Not by just making money, marrying, producing children, then having a retired life. Not the life at all. You are here for something different. Please do your role and be a responsible citizen. Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think no words to express. Everybody is so silently thinking in mind what to do, as if we are doing so many things. As you said in the beginning, that I make you understand that what all we are doing. You said it and you did it, sir. I think everybody is dumbstricken and just thinking what to do. I would like to ask some questions which the participants have asked, sir. One or two questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
this is
Yes,
this is
sir.
Elumalli, your colleague.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before you start your question, may I address a question which I wanted to ask him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Question session. Now it is question session.
It's only a question actually.
Yes, sir.
Sir, there are
Yes, doctor.
three within one question. So normally people approach the forest department only when an animal enter into a residential area. But if I see a dying animal or suffering animal, a suffering bird, something like that, or a suffering tree, can I approach the forest department? If so, whom should I approach? Is there any helpline, something like that? If there is no response, is there any final or higher authority whom we can bank upon it, sir? These are the two questions as a common man. we would like to know from you so that what we can do a bit from our side. And before I conclude this, I want to share a small anecdote, in the sense an event. Allow me to say this. Sir, in our apartment, there was a dove. For Pura, it was suffering. எங்களுக்கு என்ன பண்றதுன்னு தெரியல. Fortunately, one of our colleague wife happened to be a veterinarian actually. We asked her, she told, அதை எதுவுமே நீங்க டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண வேணாம், கொஞ்சம் தண்ணி பக்கத்துல வைங்க, அதுவே குடிச்சுக்கும், அரிசி கம்பு அது மாதிரி ஏதாவது கொஞ்சம் வைங்க. ஆனா அங்க என்ன பிரச்சனைனா, பக்கத்துல பூனை இருக்கு, அந்த பூனை வராம நாங்க பாத்துக்க வேண்டிய ஒரு சூழல் இருந்து ப்ளூ கிராஸுக்கு கால் பண்ணோம். ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 1 day கழிச்சு நெக்ஸ்ட் டே தான் வந்து அவங்க அந்த இது கூட்டிட்டு போனாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி சூழல் வராம இருக்கணும்னா நாங்க ஃபாரஸ்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் அப்ரோச் பண்ண முடியுமா, அப்படின்னா யாரை பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றது கொஞ்சம் சொன்னீங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் சார். தேங்க்யூ சார். Otherwise, very, very informative, sir. Very interesting, sir. Thank you. Good day, sir.
Thank you. ஒன்றும் இல்லை, அது நீங்கள் nowadays we have our website, TNFD வெப்சைட் என்ன இருக்குது, அங்கே எல்லாமே டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் வைஸு, ரேஞ்ச் வைஸு, கான்டாக்ட் டீட்டெயில்ஸ் எல்லாமே இப்போ ஃபோன் நம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஒரு நம்பர் கிடைச்ச போது அங்கே நீங்கள் லிங்க் கிடைச்சிரும். லோக்கல் ரேஞ்ச் ஆஃபீஸில் யார் கூட வந்து உடனே இப்போ அட்டென்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. Nowadays, in our website, we have not only given the contact number details, even எந்தெந்த நர்சரியிலே என்னென்ன செடி அவைலபிள் இருக்கு, என்னென்ன ஜாதி செடிகள் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு, என்ன விலைக்கு இருக்குது அப்படின்றது கூட நாங்கள் வாரம் அப்டேட் பண்ணி பொதுமக்களுக்கு டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு, ஃப்ரீ டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு என்ன இருக்கு, விலைக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குதுன்றது கூட நம்ம டீட்டெயில்ஸ் சொல்கிறோம். அந்த டீட்டெயில்ஸ் கொடுக்கும்பொழுது அதே நம்பர்லேயே கூட இந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது ஒரு அனிமல்ஸ் இன் டிஸ்ட்ரெஸ் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னால் கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் கூப்பிடலாம், வந்துடுவாங்க. அதே அப்படி பண்ணும்பொழுது தான் நிறைய தடவை நாங்கள் யானை வந்ததோ, சிறுத்தை வந்ததோ, இந்த காட்டு பண்ணி வந்ததுக்கெல்லாம் நமக்கு தகவல் கொடுக்குறதெல்லாம் பொதுமக்கள் தான் கொடுப்பாங்க. So there is no problem. You can call our officers anytime. There is a helpline also. Please access to our Tamil Nadu Forest Department website. You get all the details of your local forest officers.
Just one of I think Asundar Karthikeya Kumara has to ask a question.
Yeah, I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
I've been vegetarian for about 25-30 years. That is one thing on one side. Just imagine we have a situation where everybody becomes vegetarian. Is that not going to affect the food cycle? The population of chickens grow and goats grow in huge numbers and affects this environment. That possibility happens, or how it goes?
No, your apprehension or doubt is valid. But in nature, there is a check and balance always. Whenever there is an increase in population of any particular species, immediately it gets checked either by an outside agent or within the population itself. It collapses. Internal competition or by a disease attack. And only the fittest will be taken. Every day it is a struggle for each and every plant and animal. There is no guarantee for any of the plants and animals to survive next day unless they have the capacity to. The competition will definitely be there. Any overpopulation will be checked either naturally or by internal competition. People think like that only, just to give an excuse. They say that, see, so much tons of from the ocean. So what will happen? It will rot inside the ocean. No, it will not rot. Because it will not produce the new ones. They will grow better, and only the better ones will survive. The weaklings will be removed. Don't worry about that. Nature is so powerful in its chemistry, in its physics, in its logic. Everything is embedded in it.
And there was one question which was asked when regarding that elephants in the temples. So somebody has asked that whether the forest department has any
I
time.
did ask this.
Yeah, yes,
Sorry,
sir,
ma'am.
yes, sir. Sorry.
I raised the question again.
No,
I mentioned in the chat.
Yes, sir. Did
Sir,
forest department had any time advised or suggested to the government that elephants in the temples may be stopped? That was the question. Can that be done, sir? Is there any law or rule or anything? Legally speaking, is there any rule that it should not be there?
Madam, it is such a sensitive religious
Yes,
issue.
yes,
Similarly, like what we are talking about, this becoming vegetarianism
yes,
and
yes.
not eating non-veg. I don't know how many of these participants are cursing me for talking like this. நான் செத்தே போயிடுவேன், நான் பிரியாணி சாப்பிடலன்னு செத்தே போயிடுவேன்னு சொல்லி அவ்வளோ ஹார்ட் கோர் எல்லாம் இருப்பாங்க.
Yes.
பட் அவங்க 2 நாள் சாப்பிடாம இருக்க சொல்லுங்க, செத்துட்டாங்கன்னா நான் அப்புறமா மீட் பண்றேன்னு சொல்லிடலாம்.
That was nice.
But temple elephants, madam, actually,
Yes.
whenever any temple comes with a request for purchasing a elephant, we usually advise them not to purchase. But there is no ban. Only thing is we assess whether the temple has the infrastructure, funding, and the capacity to take care of the elephant or not is properly assessed. And every month, local DFOs visit and submit a report to the head office, whether it is properly taken or not. Temple elephants are still better, but there are many private elephants with private individuals who are using them for all unwanted things, begging, functions, commercial use. That is very disturbing type of an activity, which has to be stopped. But now we are taking steps to prosecute these people and seize the animals. அந்த சீஸ் பண்ணிட்டு முதல்ல என்ன இருந்ததுன்னா, அந்த சீஸ் பண்ணதுக்கு அந்த யானை எங்கே கொண்டு போகணுன்றது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தது. இப்போ திருச்சியில ஒரு எலிஃபென்ட் ரீஹாபிலிட்டேஷன் சென்டர்னு சொல்லி ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கோம் 2019. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி சீஸ் பண்ணதெல்லாம் அங்கே கொண்டு போய் நாங்கள் வைப்போம். அங்கே எல்லாமே இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்குது, அதுக்கு உணவு வசதி இருக்குது, வாட்டர் ஃபெசிலிட்டி இருக்குது, நடமாடுறதுக்கு எல்லாம் ஏரியா இருக்குது, ஃபாரஸ்ட்டுக்குள்ளே வெட்டர்னரி ஃபெசிலிட்டி இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி now people are now fearing. But again, people's movement has to come to stop such activities. Yes, please.
Varsha, is there any questions or Nandini? Is there any questions? Huh? I think
So
you can.
one more question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is regarding the plastic problem. Like even in our institution, central local, some of the resource person came and talked about the ill effects of plastic. Is there a solution which we can look for where we can have a zero plastic? Like in Delhi, we have the stubble burning issues happening in the nearby states, and they've come up with a novel idea of spraying a certain thing and decomposing and making good. Nowadays, they're coming up with some alternative, like where they can. That's no plastic. I am no plastic. That is a very good initiative they're coming up with. So, but still, the plastic issue is a big issue, and as I saw your presentation, Kodaikanal and other places also. So, somewhere we need to go with some stringent legal action and do something on that.
See, I agree with you, but many things are in your hand and my hands only. What stops you from not taking the polythene bags? Making an legislation, making certain departments responsible to implement the acts and rules is not in your hands. The prerogative of not taking a polythene bag is very much in your hands. So when a buying hand stops, the production also stops. For example, I tell you, how many of you are using the photo films in camera? First of all, how many of you are using camera? real camera entering, not the phone cameras. Many have stopped. And those who are using the cameras also, they are not using those films, the earlier films. Is it not? How it has stopped? Because the demand has stopped. We have such a powerful tool in our hands. Reduce the demand. Automatically the market collapses. The industries also will stop. So there are many ways. Alternative use, people are working on it, research institutions, and using the already existing plastic garbage. You know that roads are being laid with the plastic topping, and there are some bacteria also invented who are eligible or having the capacity to digest the decomposed plastic in marine ecosystem. Maybe some breakthrough will be there. We hope for good. But till the time, you and I can stop. See, ஒரு 10 ரூபாய் வாங்குறதுக்கு நாங்கள் ஒரு பைய எடுத்துட்டு வரோம் வீட்டுக்கு. வாழைப்பழம் எடுத்துட்டு அப்புறம் 5 நிமிஷம், ½ an hourல அந்த ஒரு பை ஜெனரேட் பண்றோம், குப்பை தொட்டி போகும். And it will stay on this earth for 500 years. ½ an hour utility, 500 years generated. Why not we carry a small cloth bag? Is it not?
Sir, one more question from a school student.
Yeah.
The question is, being a teenager, I do know a lot of activists, but I haven't been exposed to people who actually work towards making the environment better. I want to know how you think that this message you have said in today's class to be passed on to us, others.
Madam, last portion repeat.
I want to know how you think that this message you have said in today's class to be passed on to others. How can we spread this message more?
Yeah, this is very, very interesting. First, you start practicing yourself at home. கண்டிப்பா வீட்டில எல்லாம் சிரிப்பாங்க. என்னாச்சு இவனுக்கு, நேத்து வரைக்கும் நல்லா தானே இருந்தா, யாராவது ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட் ஆஃபீஸர் இல்லை மஞ்சுநாத் ஏதாவது பேசிட்டு போனாரா வந்துட்டு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்பாங்க. சரிங்களா? பட் எனி குட் திங் தட் யூ வாண்ட் டு டூ, you have to break away from the normal routine. You have to be odd to be number one. Number one is an odd number. When you do odd things, people will start laughing at you initially. They will reject your idea. They will mock at you. They make joke out of you. And when you still persist, when you still continue with your mission, your ideology, when you attain success, the same people will start attaching their association with you. அவங்க நானும் அவனுக்கு ஒன்னாவே சேர்த்து படித்தோம், என் கூட தான் இருந்தான், ஒரே ஸ்கூல்ல படித்தோம், எங்க வீடு அவர் வீடு ஒரே தெருவீதியில இருக்கு, நம்ம ஊர் அவங்க ஊர் ஒண்ணுதான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஆரம்பிச்சிருவாங்க. The success will not come easily. அதனால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அந்த யாரு கேட்டிருக்காங்க பாருங்க,
அன்பினி.
மேடம்
அன்பினி, a school student sir.
அன்பினி, அன்பினிக்கு சொல்லுங்க, அன்பான ஒரு தகவல். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த சொன்னதெல்லாம் அவங்களுக்கு அமல்படுத்த சொல்லுங்க. வீட்டில் இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு, பர்டிகுலர்லி கேர்ள்ஸ், அப்பா அம்மா கிட்ட சொன்னா, அப்பா கிட்ட சொன்னா கண்டிப்பா ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க பிளைண்ட்லி. பொண்ணு சொல்லுதுன்னு சொன்னா கண்டிப்பா ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க. You people have got a super power in your hands to impress upon your parents. Please do that. But for that, you should have clarity in thoughts for yourself. நான் பண்றது கரெக்டா? பரவாயில்ல, எல்லாமே ஒரே நாள்ல ஒரே அட்டெம்ப்ட்ல கத்துக்கணுன்றது கிடையாது. You are taking a first step, go for the second step, keep acquiring the information about what you do, how to defend it, and how to justify it. Then people will start following you. Don't expect everybody to follow you at once. Hey, வாங்க நான் 25 வருஷமா நான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன் இதெல்லாம். இப்போ நான் காட்டிருக்கிற எல்லா ஸ்லைட்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தே ஆர் மோர் தென் 20-year old, மெஜாரிட்டி ஆஃப் தெம். ஒரு சிலதெல்லாம் நான் அப்டேட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பேன். 25 இயர்ஸாக நான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன். இப்போ ஐ சா 97 participants. I don't know, no, 95 now.
Yeah. Nearly
இதில்
100.
95ல அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 50% ஆದರೂ நீங்க யாராவது ஃபாலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா my day is successful today.
Yes. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
I think we are winding up there, but actually we are not in a mood to wind up. Everybody is eager to listen more from you, sir. But we know out of your busy schedule you have come here. As the head of the department of the Environmental Law Department, I would like to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, a very good evening to one and all present here. I feel honored as the head in charge of the Environmental Law Department to propose the vote of thanks. At the outset, we express our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor because it is he who has encouraged and gracefully accepted us to uh, conduct such programs like this. Today, because of some other schedule he was unable to attend, he actually sent a message in the morning wishing us all success. I must also mention a deep sense of gratitude to our director, Professor Balaji sir, because in spite of his tough responsibilities, he takes time to coordinate events like this. We are grateful and I would say so inspiring to our speaker today, who has taken earnest efforts and a very, very honest efforts to enlighten our friends who are present here. I would say that things were so simple and clarified, nothing not understandable, or even I told you there are some school students who are attending this. They themselves have come forward to ask questions. So that means that much simple it was explained. Nothing like environmental law, nothing common to anybody. It is a very, very, very common topic to everybody. And I found some messages saying that we realize our mistakes. So I think, sir, you can take it that at least some of them will change from today. And we will at least think when we carry a plastic bottle, why are we carrying this? We can do something else. Definitely we will think out it, sir. So we are so, so grateful to you, sir, for taking that earnest effort and sharing your slides with us with a colorful presentation. And sometimes we feel ashamed to see that we are also part of this. So thank you very much, sir, from my bottom of my heart and on behalf of all present here, I am thanking you, sir. And I must register my thanks to our friend, colleague, Edumale, sir, because it is he who introduced our guest to me and said we will arrange the session. Thank you so much, Edumale, sir. Hope you are hearing us. Everybody benefited out of it. I am really, really thankful to you for arranging such a wonderful speaker to us. And I'm thankful that he has introduced such a wonderful person with us. And one more thing which I wanted to express to our guests is that some of the students through the chat box as well as personal messages, they have asked that is there any opportunity to do internship with sir? I don't know whether it is possible, but yes, sir, they would at least like to have a visit and know things like that from our department as well as from our School of Excellence students. I'm so selfish that I'm asking this, but yes, sir, let's, if it is possible, I think you would be able to make it, sir. And I'm also thankful to Shaktivel, sir, who has also coordinated with us and always encourages us to do all these events. And I'm very, very happy to express my heartfelt thanks to our students of final year LLM Environmental Law, Varsha, Nandini Priya, and Subbalakshmi, and others who are not on the screen. They have done a great job today. Seeing them performing well, I'm so happy as a department head. If I've left out anybody's name, I thank every one of you. Last but not least, I would like to thank our the coordinator, that is the electronic things, Mr. Darwin, who has helped in organizing the web link and everything like that. And it is their efforts that everything went on smoothly. I thank all our people who have made all their technical arrangements very smoothly. And I also thank all our participants today, because it is enthusiastic participants that make any event successful. And I am so happy that everybody has cooperated well. And I end by saying, the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know, there are so many things to know. கற்றது கைமண் கல்லாதது உலகளவு, கற்றது கைமண் அளவு. That is the saying. So there's lot more to learn, and we have had a very enlightening session. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you, sir. Vanakkam to our guests.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. And I am very happy to have been associated with you people today.
Thank you.
And I sincerely thank Dr. Edamalai sir. He is a real inspiration to everyone.
Yes.
I learn from each and every person I interact with in my life. So that should be the motto with all of you.
Yes.
Don't
Yes,
try to find negative things in every person, but every person will be having some positivity in him. Pick positive things. Pick only flowers. Your garden will be full of flowers. If you take only thorns, you will be surrounded by only thorns. Do good things. God bless you. Vanakkam.
Thank you.
Marodi
Thank you.
Sandipam.
Right. Sure, sir.
Thank
We'll
you,
have
sir.
more
We are honored,
interaction.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for
எனக்கு புரிஞ்ச தமிழ்ல பேசியிருக்கேன். I
Very
don't know.
good,
It's a very
sir.
nice Tamil, sir. It's a very nice
Very
Tamil
nice
understanding.
Tamil, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Conveyed
Varsha.
what you
Thank
had
you,
said.
Nandini ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And thank you, Subbu Lakshmi ji. All the best.